I looked strong on the outside, but on the inside, I was breaking. And I wrote these words on August the 5th, 2022. Because I could lead a company, I could make money, I could show up in the world, but the truth was that I missed my wife. I missed my companion. I missed the good times, and I was sad. And there was nothing that I built on the outside that could erase the pain that I was feeling on the inside. My name is Kevin Ray Ward, and welcome to the Diary of a Divorce. It's a story I've been sharing that I'm not excited about sharing, but I hope it will help. Because when my marriage was collapsing, this is what I did every day. I journaled, I wrote. And what I'm holding here in my lap are the journals that I wrote on my iPad as I was trying to save my marriage and then as I was going through my divorce. And this journaling that I did every day called prayer stacking, not only did it save me and help me survive, but it also gave me the clarity and the will and the strength to keep moving forward in my life. And so in this series, Diary of a Divorce, I'm sharing with you 21 different episodes from my own story, from my own journey. Again, this is not legal advice. This is not counseling. This is my story. This is raw. It's unfiltered. This is what I was thinking of and what I was crying out to God with as I was going through this pit. So today I'm actually going to share from you two journal entries from August the 5th and August the 6th of 2022, because they're both relatively short and they have a lot of similar threads in them as I open up these pages to you. And I'm dealing with the reality as I read this. I'm dealing with the reality that even though I looked strong on the outside, I was hurting on the inside more than I'd ever hurt in my life. But here's what I learned. I learned that you can play injured, that you can still rise and you can still lead even while you're in the pit of pain. So here's what I wrote. August 5th, 2022, Redondo Beach, California. Title, Sadness and Strength. Who or what are you stacking? My wife and me. I miss her. And I'm sad that I hurt her, and I'm sad that she is gone right now. I feel this sadness. I know she is hurting so bad right now, and I want to make her feel better and know how much I love her and want to be with her. She is the love of my life and the one I want to be with. Describe your single feelings right now. Sadness, loneliness, grief, and love. I want God to know, God, I want my wife to come home. I want her to know that I love her and I want to be with her and that I honor the strong and powerful lady that she is. I feel very strong in my decision and the path that I'm taking for our business and for our marriage, but I need your strength to help me win her heart and trust back. I am sad. I miss her. She is my best friend and my soulmate. I let my failure to lead and my weakness create a business relationship that was not healthy for us or for our marriage or for the business. And now she is suffering because of it. I can't undo the past. I will build a future of wealth and abundance, and I pray that she will be with me in that future. I don't know what to do, but wait and be here and love her. Dear God, please be with my wife and with me. Heal her heart. Fill her with peace and power and forgiveness so she will come home to me. I will be here. Life lesson. Even in great sadness, I can still be strong. Personal revelation. Pain messes with my head, so I must stay true to my heart and what I know is right. August 6, 2022, Redondo Beach, California. The battle for my family. This is a battle for my marriage and my family because I am here at home and my wife is not. I have fought to reclaim my relationship with my daughters, For years, I did not fight, and I was unwilling to fight because I was a coward. And then I began learning how to fight for my dreams about 10 years ago. I did not learn it, I began to learn it. Today, I know that winning in all areas of my life is a war, and I have to be ready to fight the battles every day. The greatest battle has been and continues to be telling myself the truth, living by a code of no BS. And the last and worst place that I see this showing up has been in my marriage. I've still been full of shit, unwilling to tell the truth to my wife about how I feel, and unwilling to even admit it to myself. The one thing for sure through all of it is that my wife is the love of my life. She is the one I want to be with. She is my best friend and my companion. And still, there have been a lot of battles with honesty I have not been willing to fight. This is in itself the greatest war, the war with the lies, the things I don't say, the feelings I suppress, the conflicts I avoid, the facade that everything is all right. So now I fight. Now I stand up for my family. I, the king, will stand for my family, for my marriage, and for our love and peace and joy. My feelings: commitment, love, courage, honesty. I want God to know I pledge to fight for our home, for my wife, and for our marriage. My heart is pure and my commitment is true. I want my wife to come home. I want to begin the journey of healing the damage that has been caused by me. My path is clear and I am clear. I will not retreat or hide from my responsibility. Dear God, I stand on this mountain. I will ascend to the summit and achieve my goals in all areas of my life. My wife is my queen and I want her by my side. Give me the strength to be the man and the leader she needs to feel honored and loved and cherished and secure. I stand in your power, in your grace, and in your word. Amen. Life lesson. Growing our marriage and our life requires me going to war against everything that threatens it. Personal revelation. I am the king and the warrior, first for my own castle and for my queen. Even in great sadness, I can still be strong. I can play injured. My brother, you can play injured. And that's what I wrote that day. And if you've ever put on the mask of strength while on the inside you're dying, you know how heavy that mask can become. And so what I want to share with you now out of this 2 days of journal are 5 very important lessons that I take from this from my diary of a divorce. So number 1 is that being in business with your wife 10x is the complexity of that relationship. Okay? And the reason is because there can only be one head. In any relationship, in a successful business, in a successful marriage, there can only be one head. Now, it doesn't mean you're not partners. You can be partners. It doesn't mean you don't have equal value. You can have equal value. But ultimately, there must be one throat to choke, the one who carries the final say. And what that requires in the relationship is that there be massive trust, a courage and willingness to have those tough, deep conversations, to have those collisions, to work through, to listen, to hear her wisdom and her input, and to still be willing to take accountability for making the right decision, and to ultimately lead as a leader who knows how to lead in that dynamic. And so the other thing that requires is absolute trust. And so this idea of trust and mutual respect are tough for most men. And here's the reason. Lesson number 2. Most men were never taught how to truly lead in a marriage. Maybe you were taught to lead in business, but to be confident in your masculine power at home in a way that honors her strength and her wisdom and that supports her emotional needs in her true feminine, and to still be willing to take accountability for everything that happens. It is your role as a man to protect and to provide for your queen. And unfortunately, most of us were never taught to do that. Brother, you have to learn how to do that. Third lesson is that it takes 2. It takes 2 people in a marriage that are both all in order for that relationship to thrive. And it doesn't matter how badly one of you wants it. It doesn't matter how much one of you is willing to do. If both of you are not willing to go all in and do whatever's required, it won't work. And what happened in our case, in my case, is that our relationship had devolved into a business partnership of housemates with benefits. We were husband and wife, legally, technically, that's how it looked, but the intimacy, the connection, the affection, the respect had died. And the only way to save that, the only way to heal that is if both of you are willing to do the hard work, the work of forgiveness, of grace, of communication, of honesty, of mutual respect. It won't happen without it, which leads to lesson number 4. And that is that forgiveness in marriage is 100% essential, because we're all going to make mistakes. And forgiveness alone cannot save a marriage. Forgiveness is not enough. But without forgiveness, the death of the marriage is guaranteed. So there must be a willingness to forgive and to let go of the past, to let go of the mistakes, and come together and reunite and rebuild. The trust, the respect, the intimacy, the connection, all of that. And again, it can't happen unless both of you are 100% committed to making that happen and are willing to do whatever it takes. Lesson number 5, that even in the darkness of the deepest, darkest pit, you have to look beyond the pit and keep leading your life. Brother, you don't have to fake strength. I mean, true strength is admitting to the sadness, owning the grief, owning the pain, and still choosing to rise anyway. And that's what I want for you. That's what I wanted for myself. And I haven't figured everything out yet, but I found the path. And the path of mentorship and personal growth and development, personal transformation that I had to go through to make sure that this never happened again. I fought like crazy to save my marriage. And at the end of the day, I was not able to save it. And you may be able to save it, you may not be able to save it, but either way, you have to have the commitment that I am going to rise and I'm going to win. I'm going to be what God has called me to be. So if you're watching this and you're a man who's been successful in business, but your marriage has failed or is failing, if you're carrying that pain that nobody else sees, I want you to know you're not alone and you don't have to go through it alone. So in the description is a link, Divorce to Victory, where you can actually schedule a one-on-one breakthrough session with me and let's talk. Let's talk about your situation. Let's talk about how to look out of the pit and beyond and start winning your life again. So if this speaks to you, if this hit, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you get notified when the next episode of Diary of Divorce drops, and share this. Share this with a man you know who needs to hear these words. And drop a comment, drop any questions you've got. I'll do my best to answer whatever questions that you post here. And whatever you do, don't stop. Even in the worst of the pain, even in the worst of the sadness, you don't have to fake the strength, because real men can rise in spite of their sadness. So if this episode of Diary of a Divorce was powerful for you and you missed the first episode, click right here to watch the first episode. If you want to see the whole series, click right here. And if you are a man of faith and then you're in the divorce pit, you want to talk, click on the link in the description, divorcetovictory.com. Schedule a one-on-one breakthrough session with me, and let's talk.